Hey guys, welcome back to Electrical Car Repair Live. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having a Hyundai Tucson. If you guys have a Hyundai Tucson and you need to check, guys, you have a coolant leak, okay, you're leaking coolant under the engine, you have coolant puddle. We will explain most of the common places where you can develop a coolant leak and practically almost every possible place where you can develop a coolant leak, and one of those is quite common. Now, before we start, let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get at the garage, we make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Simply because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need, guys, in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep providing this free information to you. Something else, if you guys need to buy tools, parts for a really good price and quick shipping as well, check out the link in the description of the video below, and that's where we get all our supplies from. So let's explain what we have specifically here. We have the engine and parts, so we can show you everything with a great detail. Many Hyundai Tucsons will use that design. Number one thing, you always want to make sure that you verify that the radiator is not leaking. Usually the leak will be right under the front bumper, so it will be easy to diagnose. Radiators can fail because they have plastic components on the sides that eventually they deteriorate and they fall apart practically. So always check, okay, for radiator leaks. Also, you have usually two radiator hoses. One is upper, one lower hose, and those can develop leaks as well. So always check radiator hoses. Now, another thing that you can develop a coolant leak on a higher mileage engine is the water pump. If the water pump fails, you can start leaking coolant from right here, or if you leak coolant from the back side of the pump right here, where it attaches to the housing, most likely you have a bad coolant water pump gasket. Number three, guys, okay, right here you have another gasket, okay, another gasket right here for the water pump housing, okay, that usually doesn't leak unless it's been removed and it hasn't been tightened correctly and the new gasket hasn't been used. You can develop a leak from the O-ring where that coolant pipe connects to the water outlet right here. So you need to verify that this one, okay, is okay, good as well. If it's coming towards the back side of the pump right here, that's that O-ring. Another thing, guys, that's the thermostat housing. Here you can develop multiple leaks, but the most common one is you will have on that kind of engine, you will have two gaskets right here. Those gaskets get really flattened like ours right there. You can see there is no gasket left practically. It's all the way compressed. It's really hard, and that can develop a leak, so that will be towards a little bit towards the transmission side. From here also you can develop a leak from the thermostat itself. Okay, that's where the thermostat is, and it's easy to install the thermostat in the wrong position, and that can cause a leak, and we have a video about thermostat replacement that explains all that. Coolant temperature sensor has an O-ring, so if you have a leak from here, it's a bad sensor O-ring. Also, you have to make sure all the hoses are tight as well, because a loose hose can easily develop a leak here, guys. Okay, and somebody used extra bucket, which means that there was a leak. Also from there you have the radiator hoses, and they go in the throttle body as well. Throttle body, okay, people when replace them often will pinch a hole in the hoses, so you need to verify those that they're in good condition as well. From there you have two lines that usually go to the oil cooler, and those they tend to be exposed to quite a bit of elements like engine salt, heat, okay, water, so that can develop that one as well. And from here usually we have two hoses, we just connected them here, that go to the heater core. That's for your engine, for your cabin heater. So these hoses go in the heater, and if you have a leak coming from behind the dash on your car, coolant, okay, you have a bad heating core. Those are, guys, quite common leaks. Now we have one that's not very common, and that's if you have a bad head gasket. In some cases you may develop a leak where the coolant is leaking between the cylinder, engine block, and the cylinder head. Hopefully, guys, the video will be helpful to any of you trying to figure this thing out. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.